Hi, yes, I'm meteorologist Paul Dorian here on Monday, April 23rd. Well, quite a coastal storm over the weekend. It is now located right near New York City region, and it will veer inland today, head towards the southwestern part of New York State, and from that position, cold air will wrap around it on its western flank, and already snow has broken out from western New York State all the way south to West Virginia, including such cities as Johnstown, Pennsylvania, Buffalo, New York, Morgantown, West Virginia, all the way east to State College, Pennsylvania. And many of these areas will get accumulating snow over the next several hours, and that will be a damaging type situation given the leaves already on the trees and the fact that there may be several inches of accumulation over the next 12 hours or so. Let's take a look at the latest surface map. Here is that surface low pressure system right near New York City region, northeastern New Jersey, and it will veer today inland and kind of head on a slow track towards the southwestern or western part of New York State by later on tonight. And from this position, it will produce quite a bit of precipitation in the form of snow from western New York State all the way on south to central and western Pennsylvania and West Virginia and the western part of Virginia. Meanwhile, the heavy rain associated with this storm is now up in the New England area. 2 to 3 inches of rain fell from Philadelphia across New York City. There were even some very impressive wind gusts. I saw a wind gust of 54 miles per hour at LaGuardia Airport last night as this powerful coastal storm works its way up the coast and now moves inland and becomes the biggest news story will be the snow from this particular storm today into tonight. Again, from western and central New York across western and central Pennsylvania down into West Virginia and the western part of Virginia. Here's kind of a close-up view of the storm right now. And again, it's in the northern part of New Jersey. Barometers are very low. If you have a home barometer, take a look at how low the pressure is right now. 988 millibars right now, centered over the northern part of New Jersey, and it's slowly working its way inland into the western part of New York State. All of this precipitation now is a mixture of rain and snow or just snow. It's snowing in State College, in Johnstown, in Buffalo, Elkins, and Morgantown down in West Virginia. And this will stick around for the next several hours. With this track of this storm, this will hang on for the next several hours. And again, accumulations can be quite damaging this time of the year with the heavy wet snow on the leaves that are, of course, are earlier than normal this time of the year because of the very warm weather we've had in the past several weeks. Meanwhile, there's kind of a dry slot here in the Mid-Atlantic region. However, that will fill in with some showers later on today as we have a very cold upper atmosphere and there will be some instability showers developing. It's not out of the question that some snowflakes or ice pellets mix it all the way down into the big cities of D.C. and even Philadelphia later on today as that cold air gets wrapped around this storm over the next 6 to 12 hours. So again, it's not out of the question that some snowflakes or ice pellets mix in with the showers this afternoon all the way into the Philadelphia and Washington, D.C. region, especially the western suburbs of those regions. Now, meanwhile, the heavy rain of last night that affected D.C. and Philly, New York, has moved all the way up into New England, and they will get pounded today with maybe 2 to 3 inches of rain from Boston all the way up into the eastern part of Maine. Here's a broad view of the satellite. This is the IR composite satellite from the SSEC Wisconsin website. There's a dry slot again right now along the I-95 corridor from New York City on down to Washington to Philadelphia. By dry, I mean the steady heavy rain has pulled away. There is some light mist or light rain falling as well as some low clouds, but there'll be some heavier showers breaking out later on today as it's so cold in the upper part of the atmosphere, especially for this time of the year, that there'll be quite of instability forming, and that will cause some showers to develop again from the big cities along the I-95 corridor over the next few hours. Meanwhile, out in the western part of Pennsylvania and West Virginia and all the way up into western New York, snow is already occurring, and that snow will get heavy at times for this afternoon, and there can be several inches of accumulation. This is extremely cold for this time of the year, too. The normal high, for example, for today is 66 degrees in Philadelphia, 69 in D.C., and 64 in New York City. We'll be lucky to break out of the 40s across Washington and Philadelphia later on today, well below normal for this time of the year. Meanwhile, the heavy rains that passed through the D.C. and Philly and New York City regions last night, again, are farther to the north now, up the coast from Boston into eastern Maine, and that'll continue to move north and northeastward later on today. Let's take a look at the NAM, North American Mesoscale model, for tonight and then tomorrow morning to see how this coastal storm evolves as it moves inland. The NAM model actually did a much better job of handling this particular coastal storm compared to the GFS, the European model. Probably did the best of all and indicated quite a powerhouse storm as early as the middle part of last week. Well, for tonight, this storm will move from its current position over the northern part of New Jersey inland into the western part of New York State, and all this precipitation falling here across western New York and western and central Pennsylvania down into the Virginia mountains and West Virginia will be in the form of snow. The heavy rain is way up to the north and east right now, and again, there is a dry slot this morning, but some showers will develop later on this morning and this afternoon, reaching the I-95 corridor, and it's not out of the question that a flake or an ice pellet mix in, especially in the western suburbs across D.C. and Philadelphia. This is last night's 0Z NAM run for tomorrow morning's forecast, Tuesday morning, and by this time that storm does not move all that far. Tomorrow will still be another damp and chilly day here in the mid-Atlantic region, well below normal for this time of the year, and another shower or two cannot be ruled out, and there still will be quite a chilly breeze here with snow on the ground across portions of western and central Pennsylvania all the way up into New York State from today's accumulating snowfall. Well, that's it for now. For the SIWeather.com, I'm the SI meteorologist, Paul Dorian.